let's open the door for a longtime friend to the show, Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's a financial guru, professor out of Syracuse University, and Financial Lovemaking 101 is one of his books, but the new one, oh wait, it's not a book that you're promoting. You want to talk about financial liposuction.
Yes.
Is that a term that you made up, Dr. Boyce?
You know I make all this stuff up. I love to do that.
I love it.
That's how you talk about money. It's got to be fun, right?
Yes. Well, you know, I saw Susie Orman on Oprah yesterday talking about money, and it's great that you guys, Dr. Watkins knows his money. So let's talk about it. I want to have you here for the whole hour. We can take telephone calls and everything.
Let's do it. I'm glad to be here.
Now they say that credit card debt is the absolute worst thing that you can have at this particular point, and if you're going to pay something off, it needs to be credit card debt. Talk about that.
If it's high interest credit card debt, then it's bad. If it's low interest credit card debt, then that can be better than another type of debt that's higher interest. The key is, what are you paying in interest to keep that money? Because renting money or paying interest on money is like renting an apartment. You are renting someone else's capital, and if you're paying high rent and you could be paying low rent somewhere else, then you should certainly rent another apartment from somebody else.
What you know, my people poll question yesterday was regarding parents and their financial obligation to their kids. I have always felt that parents owe their children a college education. I didn't say pay 100% of it. But you owe them a college fund from the time they're born, whether you put a quarter in it per day, $1 in it per day, or $5,000 a year, or whatever it is that you can afford, even through the recession. You owe them a college education. 4 year, not 2 year. 4 years. I was happy to say that everybody who responded agreed with me. But I did get some texts yesterday saying, I don't believe that you do. And then some people said, well, you know, we're not rich and our kids don't have an inheritance and we don't owe them a college education.
Well, let me break it down to you like this. I'm a product of my mama's training, and my mama did okay. You know, my sister's a doctor at the Mayo Clinic. My brother's studying at Cornell. So, you know, and I did what I did.
Look at you kids.
My mother did all right, and she came from the hood. I mean, you know, my mother had her first child when she was 16, single mother, projects, all that stuff.
Yes.
So, you know, she believed that there's too much free money out here for her to have to mortgage her house or ruin her retirement to take care of grown children.
Well, but at least she knew how to lead you kids to it. A lot of parents don't even... That's my thing. I didn't say pay for it 100%. We have to go into the break. But at the very least, support your kid. Help your kid find the websites, the places to go. Push, you know, co-sign a loan or not co-sign a loan.
Yes.
Give a little bit of cash and a whole lot of support.
Give them something of value, but that value does not have to be money. It could be motivation, it could be opportunity, it could be information, but you give them something of value, and it doesn't have to be cash. You see, cash is only one type of value.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes
the richest people in the world don't have any money at all, and the poorest people in the world have billions.
Okay, we'll be right back with more from Dr. Boyce Watkins, and your phone calls at 866-GET-WENDY next. All right, so Dr. Boyce Watkins is here, everybody, and he is a financial guru, and we are in a recession in this country. Did you hear Barack Obama speak yesterday, Dr. Watkins?
Yes.
Your thoughts?
I think that the same way the war on terror defined the Bush administration, the Obama administration will at least in part be defined by this war on recession. As it should be to some extent, but... You know, politicians like to use scare tactics to get their bills passed and things like that. And I'm not a fan of necessarily using that approach because to some extent he is sort of coming out of the George Bush playbook in terms of getting some of his initiatives passed. But at the end of the day, he is coming into the White House at a very tough time.
Real tough. Are you going to D.C.? Are you going to be in the air for the inauguration?
Against my will. My goddaughter, who's getting ready for college, she asked me to come down there with her, and I said okay.
There's some nice women down there for you, Doctor.
Well, you know,
when last we talked, you know,
there might be, and
very single.
Yes, I am, and I like women.
Yes,
I don't like.
Nobody
men.
said you're gay. What is the problem?
I just had to clear that up. Just make sure you understood that.
Okay. What are the things that people should be saving for at this point? We've already figured out you have to have more than the usual 3 months worth of bills in the bank? How many months of bills should we have in the bank?
3 to 6 months, if you can. And it doesn't have to necessarily be in a savings account. It can be, it has to be liquid. That's the key. It's some sort of money market account or something that you can get your money within, say, 2 weeks without taking a significant hit by selling the asset. And then at that point, you talked about saving for college. I do think that parents should save and invest for their children's education, but there are a lot of creative ways that you can do that. And actually, you talked about the financial liposuction concept on financiallipo.com, which is lipo, just like liposuction. We actually break down a lot of techniques that you can use to save and invest for the future, for your children or for yourself, that don't necessarily fit what you might hear from Susie Orman or whatever the case may be.
But you do agree then that there needs to be some sort of monetary donation to your child's college education.
Yeah, but the first thing we can give our children is the desire, courage, and motivation to attend college.
Oh, yes. I mean, after we give them the rest of the stuff, the morals, the values.
Right. Well, it bothers me that when I go to schools in the suburbs, all the kids are going to college. Yeah. But when I go to the hood, I hear the school counselors who are telling the children who they are. Yeah. They're saying, well, college isn't for everybody.
Yes.
And we waste millions of potential black Einsteins and white Einsteins as well and other ethnicities in this horrible inner city school system. And that's what really bothers me, because I believe that, if George Bush can go to Harvard, then every kid in America can go to college somewhere.
I like that. He says that without a laugh, too.
Yeah, I'm being completely serious here.
So tell us about this stock market, because I've always understood, and actually, Susie was one person who made me say, all right, well, maybe that is correct. I don't know. Everybody reads her column in and watches her on whatnot. Gurus have always said the stock market isn't for everybody, especially if you need your money in less than 5 years. Otherwise, just have it there and go with the ebbs and flows of the market. If you have money in the stock market right now, you're not anywhere near retirement, you don't need that money for 10 years, don't panic and pull it out. Because now everything is down, but it will come back up. And by the time you need your money, you'll be good.
Well, think about when you go shopping. Do you go shopping for clothes when they are expensive, or do you buy them when they're cheap? You buy them when they're cheap.
Yeah.
Well, right now, the stock market is on a blue light special. The stock market is very cheap right now. And so if you are a smart investor, which means you are a long-term investor and a diversified investor, then you just wait it out. Like right now, if you want to know what I'm doing, the best way for me to prove to you that I believe what I'm saying is to tell you what I'm doing with my own money. Okay. I am buying more stocks now than I've done in years. Because this is the time to buy. This is when you make your money. And then at that point, just leave your money in there for a long time and watch your money grow.
Dr. Boyce Watkins is here, 866-GET-WENDY. You can text 77522. Let's take some phone calls for Dr. Watkins. Coming up next on The Experience. Dr. Watkins is still here, everybody, at 866-GET-WENDY. Karen's on the telephone, Dr. Watkins. We only have about a minute. We have very short breaks, but Karen is 39. She has a financial question. Go ahead, Karen. Hi.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dr. Watkins. My question is, I just recently purchased a home, and I find that my credit card debt is starting to get high, and we're going to refinance in April. I'm wondering, should I consolidate all of my credit cards and try to pay them off before we refinance?
I think that consolidation can be a good thing. Because what it does is, if you do it right, it can actually allow you to have the appearance on your credit report that you've paid everything off, which will ultimately automatically increase your credit score a little bit. On financiallipo.com, we actually have people that can sort of work with you and sort of help you figure out how to make that work. So I encourage you to find out what the rules are. Empower yourself with the knowledge of how credit scores work, so that you can know which move works best for you at this time.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Julie's on the phone. Dr. Boyce Watkins is here. Financiallipo.com.
Yes. Yes.
And that is one of your many sites.
Yes.
If somebody just went to drboycewatkins.com, they see everything?
Yeah, well, boycewatkins.com. If you come to my website, you can find out all about me.
Yeah. Dr. Watkins is a financial professor at Syracuse University, longtime friend of the show, and we need you at a time like this. Julie is on the telephone. Julie's 36, and she needs advice on saving for her 11-year-old daughter. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Wendy Williams. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And talk to Dr. Watkins. Here he is.
Hi, Dr. Watkins.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I'm 36, and I've been putting $50 automatically into her bank account for about 2 years now. My job offers something called a 503. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, the college savings plan. Since she's 11, is it smart for me to try to do that? And I don't really know what it is, or should I just keep doing the $50 straight into her account?
Is that every month?
Yes, it's every month.
Every month. Yeah. I think that is both options actually work out pretty well. I think if you can find a good investment, the good thing about 503B plans or the educational plans is that some of them actually have tax benefits, which may actually increase the rate of return that you get. But at the same time, you may do better, investing that money in a stock portfolio for her, something like that. Here's another thing that's sort of off the tracks that I would do personally if I were you. Invest a certain percentage of that money toward getting her specialized tutors that will allow her to excel in every class she takes.
So
that when she gets to be a senior in high school,
she can apply for financial something or another?
Scholarships, baby. Scholarships.
My baby already takes 2 AP classes that she gets for completely free, a math and a science class. She's been skipped a grade.
There you go.
And she's already on her way to getting some kind of merit award, which I'm really, really proud of.
That's right. Help her skip 2 grades, 3 grades. There's no reason why a kid can't be 13 years old and learn the stuff that they learned in college. I teach college seniors at Syracuse, and you could give me any 10th grader in this city of average intelligence, and if they do what I tell them to do and study the way I tell them to study, they can get an A in my class. It's not a mystery. It's very straightforward. If you can be a star athlete, if you can go to work at McDonald's every day for 8 hours a day, you can study for 4 hours a day, and it'll pay off for the rest of your life. It's not about not
all
hustling.
Work and no play.
Right. People know how to hustle. You just got to hustle the right direction. Hustle in the right direction. Education.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Julie. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's nothing like having a smart kid. You know what I mean? Do we have time to play a song? Dr. Watkins, you're in trouble. We were supposed to play a song.
I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. All right. So, you know what? We're going to talk to Lisa then. Lisa's 38. She wants to know what's the minimum amount for investment. Okay.
The minimal amount is zero. I mean, $1. I mean, if whatever amount of money you have, you can invest. And also, there are a lot of websites online, Ameritrade, E-Trade, et cetera, et cetera. They want your money.
I was going to ask you, where does Lisa go? Lisa, you haven't said a word. Where does she go?
She can go to Ameritrade or E-Trade. Also on Financial Lipo, we give investment information. We empower people with knowledge. We want people to learn. So we can guide you to all that stuff. Absolutely.
Thank you, Lisa, for saying nothing.
Hey, Lisa.
Oh, okay. Goose, Dr. Watkins' head is blocking my clock. I can't see. Is it 31 minutes after the hour?
No, you've got 1 minute.
1 minute?
Yes.
All right. Chris is on the phone and wants to comment on the people poll question. The people poll question from yesterday about college, Chris, or for today about incest?
Hi, I'm Catherine Oliver, Commissioner of Film, Theater, and Broadcasting.
Oh, I can't. I asked about incest today. We had a woman who called the show during Advice Hour. She is the product of her mother and her mother's brother. Both her mother and her mother's brother have the same mother and father.
Wow.
So, and she has a half a crack.
Whoa.
And a big waterhead.
Oh, my God.
And she does have some of the physical deformities, but the bigger part of it is that she's from Florida, and she'd been living in Queens since May, and with this drug dealer who happens to be Haitian, who was like beating the crap out of her. And so now she's living in a car of a girl that she met who's also in a shelter. Just all kinds of people listen to the show, but we were helping this person out. And so that's why my question is regarding incest for my people poll.
What's the question? Is incest bad? Yes.
Wait, hold on. We'll be back.
Broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
The question is incest best? No. The question is, the question Dr. Watkins was asking me, so what is the people poll question for today? It's are you the product, or have you birthed a child from incest? The people poll question yesterday was, should you pay for your kids' college education? Should that be one of your requirements of being a parent? To me, that should be the last requirement, because I don't know, I'm not down with throwing a wedding. See, I'm not down with throwing a wedding. I'm not giving you money. I don't feel obligated. If I want to do it, it's because I have a few squeezins left over and I'm feeling good.
Well, the thing is that, again, you can invest in your kids without necessarily giving them money. That's what my mother said. My mother said, I'm not going to give you any money. I'm going to teach you how to get out here and get money on your own so that when it's time for me to retire, you will be an asset and not a liability. Because I have relatives who are in their 40s who are still asking their retired parents for money. And if you enable this welfare mentality within your child, oh, mama, daddy can take care of everything, then guess what? When it's time for you to try to retire, you won't be able to because you will have this financial umbilical cord attached to your grown children. So empower your kids, educate them. There's a lot of money out here to be earned if they know how to go get it.
Texter is saying, I'm not rich and single parent, but I put my daughter in college and now I'm saving for my 14-year-old son. I owe him that. That's just somebody just making a comment. Here's somebody on the telephones. Her name is Sade, and she is 29 years old, and she wants to know the fastest way to get rid of debt. What an open-ended question, Sade.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi, Sade.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Sade. Go ahead and talk to Dr. Watkins.
Yeah, I'm 29. I still have some debt from college, and it's like I'm paying money on it, and it just doesn't seem to be going down.
Well, the fastest way to pay off debt, it's no magic formula. The fastest way to pay it off is to pay it off, but which sounds redundant. But the point is that...
Should she consolidate?
Well, consolidation is a good way to get your interest rate reduced, yes. And also, if you have bill collectors that you're dealing with, one of the things that we equip people with on Financial LIPO is how you can use the law to actually get some of that debt reduced. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. They listen to what their bill collectors tell them. You got to understand, they're trying to get as much money out of you as possible. Mm-hmm. So when you confront them, if you know the law and you know when to call them, how to deal with them, what language to use, you can get thousands of dollars actually taken off of debt, especially if it's old debt.
Can she go to can people ask you for that help on your website?
Yeah, Financial LIPO. Go to Financial LIPO or BoyceWatkins.com. There's a link there as well.
And you're helping people with the language, because I think that what you just said is really important, Sade, the correct language, because they're there to get money from you. It's just like those financial helpers on the platform at the bank. Those are the worst people to go into the stock market with. When you walk into the bank and then you see those people with desks set up and then they're trying to get you to do something. They're the worst. They are the worst.
I just wanted to ask you, so far as the spelling, you said financiallipo.com?
Yes, Financial LIPO. Just
Let
like
the pro help you. LYPO. Right? L-I.
Oh, like LIPO.
I'm European. LIPO.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes, go get information, because when you are not educated about the process, somebody will always take advantage of you. And every superstar, a multi-million-dollar athlete who's now broke understands that. If you are not educated, someone will take your money.
We'll be back. Dr. Boyce Watkins is here, and he's a financial professor. I swear I haven't been drinking. A professor of finance at Syracuse University, and he's here to help us out with our conundrums. FinancialLiposuction.com.
Well, it's Financial LIPO.
LIPO.
Yes, LIPO. That's okay.
Me and the surgeries. All right, let's talk about this pilot that you're going to be doing for BET. A money show?
Well, a lot of the people working on the pilot are from BET. Dara Cook is from BET, and then also Lady Drama from All Hip Hop, and Mark Lamont Hill, a singer named Asa, who's the most talented singer I know of, is going to participate. So effectively, it's a social commentary show called Yin Yang, and it hits both sides of every issue. For example, we talk about black relationships and what's the female perspective and the male perspective, or the recession and how it affects relationships, or Barack Obama's impact on hip hop. Just sort of hitting all the different angles of good stuff.
And you're going to film this pilot, and hopefully it'll get picked up for the end of 2009, the middle of 2009?
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
Good for you.
And we're going to shoot it up in Harlem starting tomorrow, so we're looking forward to it.
Speaking of relationships, do you think now is the time for everybody to consider a prenuptial agreement?
I wouldn't say everybody, but I think that if that's something that's on your mind, you should certainly discuss that with your partner, because a lot of people, when they get in relationships, they'll discuss emotional compatibility, sexual compatibility, spiritual compatibility, professional compatibility, but they don't really talk about financial compatibility.
Well, at one point you were engaged.
Yes, I was.
Were you going to introduce a prenuptial agreement to?
No, I was not, because I love this woman, and the most valuable thing I could give her was my heart.
Gotcha.
And she was a beautiful woman, and she gave me her heart, and it didn't work out. But I have no
doctor,
regrets.
I'm not asking for all that.
Yeah, but she's beautiful. She was the greatest.
Oh,
I gotta talk about her. Wendy, I love this woman. She was awesome. Do
you want to do a third party input call and get her back?
What? A caller?
Do you want me to call her?
No.
Doctor,
I didn't say that I didn't enjoy being single.
We haven't. Oh,
I do enjoy being single, but however, it was a great experience. And, they say it's better to have loved than to have lost and all that stuff, and I think that's really true.
Well, I mean, you're a commodity. Very intelligent, fairly good looking. You're not a bad looking man, Doctor.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Man, you are, I'm sure, very sought after. All right, let's talk to Siobhan, who disagrees with everything you say. Fight! Hi, Siobhan.
Hi.
Talk to the doctor.
Hi, Siobhan.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dr. Watkins.
Hello.
I don't disagree with everything you said, but
you know me. I was trying to start.
She's instigating.
I'll be 30 this year. And I consider myself to be one of those people, you're trying to preach people to be, educate yourself so you know what you're doing and what you're getting into. I have to say it took me a lot of years and a lot of money mistakes to get there. But I got in my car and I was listening to you. I think it was a woman that was going to refinance her home in April or something like that. And she asked if she should look into getting her credit cards refinanced with her home.
Mm-hmm.
And you told her she should look into that. And I disagree with that, and the reason why I disagree with that is that her home is secured debt, but her credit cards are unsecured debt. So if, God forbid, something happens and she has a hard time paying her credit card, it's a lot different if something happens and she has a hard time paying her mortgage.
Yeah, and I agreed. I didn't think that she said she was going to secure them or refinance them together. I thought she was asking if she should refinance her credit cards before she works with the house. So based on what you're saying, I agree 100%. I mean, when you lock things into your home, you have a greater likelihood of getting your home taken away. My grandfather had his home taken away the same way.
Oh. Siobhan and Dr. Watkins, you sound like a cute couple. Both of you, look at you. Oh, blushing. Look at Siobhan. Twirling her hair. I see you. Siobhan, we have to go.
Okay.
Bye, Siobhan.
Talking to you.
Bye-bye.
See, you were trying to make us fight.
But I love the best relationships start with a fight.
That is so true. That is so true. And then you make up after. And all
the
that stuff.
sex is fabulous.
That is true.
Oprah's doing a sex show today. How to have the fabulous sex of your life. It's always funny to see Oprah talk about sex because I can never picture her having sex. So it's like she's
not with me. No, I wouldn't.
Or anything.
That wouldn't. Yeah.
Could you picture it?
I don't want to picture that. No offense to Oprah. I just can't. No.
Oh, doctor. All right. It's Dr. Boyce Watkins, everybody. Always a pleasure to see you.
It's always great to be here.
And it's financiallipo.com.
Yes.
LIPO. There's where you can find out about investing, saving, and all kinds of other stuff. Plus, he's got this really great book that he wrote back in the day, Financial Lovemaking 101.
Yes.
Good luck with your BET pilot.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you between now and then.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
All right, everybody. Look, get out of here, Doctor. We've got people to talk about. Jennifer Hudson, Pam Anderson, and the rest. We are swooping down on hip-hop with the rapper who's getting his Rolls Royce repossessed if the repo man can find him. We'll be back.
Is Wendy the greatest show on earth? Wendy Williams Experience.
Would you pursue a relationship, in other words, a sexual relationship with somebody HIV positive? This person says, hell no. This person says, hell no, Wendy.